X12, 837, 275, 270, 271, 278, 834, 820. Are you also confused about all these EDI X12 transaction sets and how each of these transaction sets are utilized in the entire healthcare workflow? If yes, then you're at the right place. Hi, I'm Anmi Chadha. Welcome to Health Tech Decoded, where you get answers to all such queries related to healthcare technology. So today I'll be taking you through the entire EDI healthcare workflow and how X12 files are used there. So here, as you see, the sponsors, payers and providers are the three parties that we'll talk about. The sponsors include the various Medicaid, Medicare agencies and also the employers. The Medicaid and the Medicare agencies would determine your eligibility either based on MAGI or based on your age, your renal diseases, your disabilities, etc. So that they have to make sure that you're eligible to be enrolled into with the insurance companies. The employer also makes sure that you're eligible to be enrolled into the insurance company, and then when they've made sure your eligibility is in place, that's when the enrollment phase kicks in. The sponsors will be sending your enrollment information to the payer as part of the enrollment phase. Your enrollment information will go from the sponsors to the payers in the form of 834 X12 file, which carries your new enrollment or your maintenance enrollment information. For example, there's a childbirth or you're married, so all that change of information is again exchanged in the form of enrollment files only, 834 X12. The payer shares the acknowledgement with the sponsor that they've received the file. The acknowledgement is shared in the form of 999 X12 file. The payer will make sure the member rosters are updated, all enrollment information is updated. Once enrollment is done, the premium payment kicks in from the sponsor to the payer. The premium payment information is shared with the help of 820 X12 files. Once the premium payment has started, the patient is now ready to get the treatments if required. The patient would visit the providers, and as you see, once the patient visits the provider, that is when the treatment phase kicks in. As part of the treatment phase, the payer and the provider, they would exchange various X12 files, and now we'll talk about those X12 files that both parties exchange as part of the treatment phase. First, the provider will make sure that this patient who's visited the facility, is that patient even eligible or no. So there has to be an eligibility inquiry from the provider to the payer in the form of 270 X12 file. So the benefit eligibility inquiry is a request, and the response to that inquiry is sent by the payer, which takes care of the subscriber and the patient matching. It takes care of the coverage dates, and the provider credentiality check is also done as part of this, so that to make sure that the patient is visiting a provider in network or no. And then based on that, the eligibility response is sent back to the provider, and that is done in the form of a 271 X12 file. Once that is done, the treatment begins, and if a pre-authorization is needed for the treatment, the 278 X12 file is sent from the provider to the payer for making sure that if a pre-auth is needed, the timelines of the treatments and the proposed diagnosis is sent from the provider to the payer, and the payer would then send a response saying whether this treatment is authorized or not authorized, whether the pre-auth is being shared by the payer to the provider or no, etc. So all that diagnosis, treatment information, after it's validated, that information is sent back to the provider whether the treatment is authorized or not authorized. So in between the provider and the payer, whatever treatment related information is shared, that's done in the form of a 278 X12 file, whether it's a request, notification or an inquiry or an inquiry response. After the treatment is done, that is when the payment phase kicks in. So when the patient is discharged or not discharged for that matter, the payment phase kicks in, and once the payment phase is kicked in, the provider will be sending the 837 X12 institutional or X12 professional files from the provider. That file will go to the payer. So post-treatment, the healthcare billing and the claim information here, as you see, 837 professional or 837 institutional X12 file is sent from provider to the payer, and if required, the patient information is also sent in the form of a 275 X12 file. It goes to the payer. The payer would send an acknowledgement file that, hey, I've received that information. They'll send a 999 X12 file that the information is received, and once the healthcare claim has been sent from provider to the payer, and if the payment has not yet happened, the provider may or may not send a inquiry for the claim status, that they want to check, hey, how are you doing on my claim? So if that is the case, then the provider will send another X12 file to the payer checking on the status of the claim, and if required, they'll send the patient information again as an attachment. So the claim status request is sent in the form of a 276 X12 file, and if required, the patient information is also attached, which is nothing but 275 X12. They'll review the claim status, the payer will review the claim status, and they'll send a response back in the form of a 277 X12 file. Once all that information has been exchanged, that is when, if everything falls in place, the payment will be initiated, and the payment information from the payer to the provider goes in the form of a 835 X12 file, which is the healthcare claim payment. 835 X12 will carry the payment details about how that payment has happened and what all services have been paid for or not paid for, and then the provider receives the payment for the treatment that has been provided to the patient. So I hope with this flow that you see here, I was able to clarify to you that how sponsors, payers and providers talk to each other for an entire healthcare flow with the help of EDI X12 transaction files. So here, I hope now it does make sense to you that how EDI X12 transaction files are utilized in the entire flow. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will definitely come back to you with more such information to clarify all your doubts related to healthcare technology.